Update time! So, now that we're in pre-production, I've been working on storyboards while the other artists do backgrounds, character designs, and concept art. Everything's going really smoothly so far. I could talk about my storyboarding process here since it's an aspect of production that I really love, and these are easily the most challenging and sophisticated boards I have ever tackled. But I've been talking about myself a lot lately, so instead, for this update, I'm going to focus on the rest of the team. So, as you're probably aware, Song in the Sky Episode 2 is the first time that I've brought on other artists for one of my projects, and honestly, the last 2 weeks have been kind of amazing. I really can't articulate how it feels to have your words and ideas translated into images by people who are better artists than you'll ever be. It's wonderful, and it's humbling, and it's really forcing me to up my game as a director so that I can match the quality of the work that they're putting out. So, without further ado, here is the team as it stands, starting with the incomparable Daniel BRUINS. So Daniel was one of the first people who offered to join the team, and he had me at hello. One look at this guy's DeviantArt page shows you just how multi-talented he is. He's a terrific draftsman, a solid character designer, a good writer, he's got a phenomenal sense of style and composition, and to top it all off, he's a great animator. But more than anything, what stood out to me were his robots and vehicles. They just have so much character and detail. I instantly pegged him as my mechanical designer, which is good because it turns out Daniel's also kind of an aircraft expert. I bet he tap dances and solves Rubik's Cubes blindfolded too. Regardless, Daniel's currently bringing the steampunk technology and vehicles of Song in the Sky to life, including a certain robot who might be showing some new dimensions in episode 2. Yeah, that's right, he even animates my own characters better than I do. I kinda hate him. Next up is the ravishing Alvin Hugh. Alvin's a senior game artist at Prodigy who's also done a lot of freelance illustration for albums, educational games, and storybooks. Most of his work skews a lot younger than Song in the Sky, but his background art is just absolutely incomparable. It's so rich and warm and just beautiful. A lot of these environments wouldn't look out of place in a Studio Ghibli film or, well, a storybook. Song in the Sky is not a happy series, but you can't have darkness without light, and that's where Alvin comes in. He's designing backgrounds for the warmer scenes, the flashbacks to better times, the moments that prove Angela's world is worth saving in spite of its flaws. And on the flip side, we've got the stunning Adam Ryu Ford. Now, Adam is a staggeringly talented and versatile artist who can draw pretty much anything, but what really caught my attention is his, yeah. Adam does nightmare fuel like nobody's business. I mean, look at this. But beyond the creepy stuff, Adam's work has a real sense of wonder to it. Everything he draws feels like it's part of a much grander story and world. His images just contain multitudes. I've got Adam doing backgrounds and creature designs, and if Alvin's work gives Song in the Sky its warmth, Alvin gives it depth. They're yin and yang, and I am so lucky to have them both on the team. And last but not least is the phenomenal MACK Johnson, who's handling the character designs for episode 2. Now, MACK had one of the tougher jobs in this production, since a prevailing complaint about the pilot was the design of the main character.
It's quite the intriguing world, but I'm not a fan of the human designs. The girl looks like a Nintendo Mii I'd never use for Wii Sports.
I mean, he's not wrong. I knew going into episode 2 that Angela would have to be reworked, as would pretty much all the other characters in the episode. Not an easy task. Luckily, MACK really stepped up to the plate, and they have blown me away at every turn. Again, most of MACK's prior work skews younger than Song in the Sky, but they've brought a real maturity to these characters without descending into edge or losing the humanity and the expressiveness that drew me to their work in the first place. MACK has an incredible talent for simple, comprehensible designs that tell you everything you need to know about a character in a few pen strokes, and the prospect of putting their designs into motion actually makes me giddy. Also, MACK's got their own pilot in the pipeline called Wayward, and it looks super cool, and you should check it out when it's done. Whew. Okay, so that's the team. I'll be back in another week or two for the next update, but until then, just know that everything's progressing really well, and I'm really excited moving forward. So, have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.